There is no end to awareness. When you become aware, you become more aware. And you consistently become more and more aware. That's how gods are made. Buddhas, bodhisattvas. Christ consciousness, God consciousness, that's not the end either. It keeps going. And that is the isness of being. And beyond that, we don't have to logically reason it out. Being just a little bit more aware today than you were yesterday, you'll eventually come across the concept that there was no yesterday and there is no today. And that's a non-duality term that I don't really care to use because it distracts too much from consciousness. It's too much of a cop-out. Because it's too easy to get caught up in the make-believe of it. That I'm fine just the way I am, which we are. And that I don't need to improve, which we can't. Most of life is a paradox. Awareness is a paradox. Consciousness is the biggest paradox. We don't know where it comes from, why it is, the point of it, the necessity of it. But it's to realize the true self and nature of the self. And by being aware of ourselves, we gain awareness of others. And when we gain awareness of others, we gain awareness of all things, piece by piece, bit by bit. And if you can maintain a non-attachment to those things and not get caught up in the magic of it all, you can continue being more aware. And like I said at the beginning of the video, that's how gods are made. Remembering your true self is remembering your true nature, and remembering your true nature is understanding the God within. That there's nothing outside of Source, there's nothing separate from Source. And the more aware you become every moment of your life, the closer you get to that consciousness. There's no end goal. It's just expansion of consciousness. Things that have been, things that have not been, things that will be, things that could be, are all possible. In your awareness, all things are possible. That's how manifestation works, law of abundance, law of attraction. But there comes a point when you become aware enough to realize that you're already abundant. You already have everything you need. And when something does arise that you need something special, it will just come. If you fight it, that's monkey mind. That's of the ego. That's why our trials and tribulations and our traumas and our pains don't have any bearing over anything other than our materialistic understanding of existence. True beauty is finding the lesson and the gift in all things. Believing that death is the end will make it the end. just so you can start all over again. We are beyond just eternal souls. We are energy from the very source of soul. We are consciousness of consciousness. We are perfection of perfection. And when you start laying aside these fundamental ideas that you are anything other than the divine, you can maintain a certain level of awareness that helps you transcend what we consider to be self. Beyond that, we don't even need to be understanding or logical of it. We don't need to piece it together. We don't need to write a thesis on it. This has been since before anything was ever written or recorded. This was before we even had possibilities of communication. This was before the very flesh and bone that we reside in was ever even imagined. There is no end and there is no beginning. And I don't want to get too non-dual about it because, like I said, that can be a distraction in and of itself. The idea that there's one way to meditate, or there's the one true religion, or there's the one true savior, messiah, or there's the one true fact that will just completely blow the doors off of everything that's ever been said. It's nonsense. The essence of the divine is absolute silence. And that silence becomes so quiet that it's like the thunder. And you just can't ignore it. It's a step-by-step process. Be a little bit more aware of what you do and why you do it. And don't worry about anyone else doing anything else for any reason, ever. The more you center on self and be spiritually selfish about it. Be selfish about your time, your effort, your understandings, your beliefs, your patterns, all of it. Be selfish about it. That doesn't mean to not be kind. It doesn't mean that you can't be compassionate or empathetic. What it means is you are the key that unlocks the door that returns to source. No one else is. You can bounce some of your energy off on other people. That's how gurus work. That's how samadhi happens. That's how a lot of different spiritual connotations come from that energy source of self onto others. But that's an attachment, or can be an attachment. So don't dwell on that either. Those are the paradoxes. And they're beautiful. Because you're beautiful, and everything else that's around us is beautiful. You have a chance. Throw away the things that aren't you. Sit in silence. Any way that excites you. Try a little bit every day. Look for source and source only. Nothing is going to come and save you. There's nothing outside of you that you on the inside aren't already capable of. Don't bother with manifesting things. Just be. And that's it.